If Call of Duty was able to have a second crack at the Battle Royale genre and make it work and have something fun and refreshing to do, then people need to stop bitching and let Battlefield try again. However, this sentiment, these group of people shouting this stupidity are weird people. I said it before and I'll say it again. The only correct stance to have, if the game has a battle royale, cool. If it doesn't, also cool. There's absolutely no reason for these diehard tribal pitchfork sentiments to be a thing, especially for a game mode. And it's going to be interesting to see what this second attempt might look like. I'm rooting for it, but I am extremely skeptical. This game mode has to achieve one of two things: become a fifth pillar or be good enough to exist among one of the four. But Battlefield does not need a battle royale. But the reality is that is not the reason why I'm actually skeptical. If you want my honest opinion, the more than likely outcome is maybe they succeed in creating a mode that Battlefield players will play, because I do not see this game mode having a high chance of pulling away players from these titans, as I personally don't see how they can create a unique enough experience. Agree or disagree? You guys let me know down below. But let's jump into a little bit more about what I said. Why does this game have to create a fifth pillar of Battle Royale? I actually don't think that needs to be the case. As I discussed in my previous video, this sentiment, where this is coming from, since I outlined and traced the history of this genre, the ups and downs, why this is such a successful game mode, there really is an experience for everyone at this point. The issue with creating an ongoing live service is that you have to create something that can stand on its own. A temporary influx of players is not going to be enough, and that is the hurdle this franchise is going to have to overcome. With Battlefield being a traditional franchise with a limited lifespan, which by God it better fucking continue being, because I swear to God, if they go the stupid Call of Duty brain rot route, I'ma flip a table. They need to navigate maintaining that aspect and also creating and maintaining an ongoing live service. These two business models require very different things. The reason Warzone works so much, and I iterated this already, the reason Warzone worked, even though we had 3 titans of Battle Royale, was because it truly did offer something different than the other 3. By being the most casual, the most baby, the most brain dead. Sorry, I always get carried away when I'm talking about Call of Duty. By creating the most friendly, less intimidating to get into Battle Royale, Warzone was able to garner a space in this genre to allow it to be separate from the other entries. And that's what every other Battle Royale failed to do. Minus Blackout and Firestorm, they failed because these idiots decided to lock that mode into a premium price tag, which was dumb. But Call of Duty learned from that mistake, and Battlefield seems to be learning from that mistake as well. But there is now an existence of 4 different types of Battle Royales. So that is what's going to happen against this new one. Where is it going to fit? And while yes, it is absolutely true, lots of ongoing titles can coexist together, this endeavor the Battlefield franchise is trying to undertake is an uphill battle. That's why I said the more likely outcome is that this mode is going to be fun for Battlefield faithful, for the people who love playing Battlefield. And honestly, that should be the win mark for this attempt, because if we try to measure success based on how well it can do against the other 4, I think that's a recipe for disappointment. Honestly, as I was saying that last piece, let's go back to Blackout, Call of Duty, and Warzone, because honestly, in that little ramble, that rhymed, I'm proving my point even more. Looking back at Blackout, besides the fact that it was released under a premium tag, a big complaint at the time, especially from Call of Duty players, they just didn't feel like it was Call of Duty. They didn't like it. That was definitely the sentiment. It had a big buzz because of VR and stuff like that, but you did not get that hook. Honestly, it's still hard to gauge, considering we don't know what would have happened to Blackout if it didn't release with that premium price tag, but we can't change the past. But even I, in my content, said this: Blackout was Battle Royale with a hint of Call of Duty, while Warzone plays like a Call of Duty title with a hint of BR. That is something literally verbatim that I said in the past.
Blackout was Battle Royale with Call of Duty in it, and Warzone is Call of Duty with Battle Royale in it.
There are other factors, yes, but Warzone captured Call of Duty players, which overlaps with the ease of entry into the Battle Royale space. At that point in time, BR was pretty harsh. Dying sucked. Even with respawn beacons, most preferred, if they played in a quick manner, to just back out and try again. With the gulag, with the buyback system, with the loadouts, Call of Duty players and the more casual first-person shooter console player didn't have to do a crazy mind shift to play Warzone, but it also played like their favorite game. So this Battlefield Battle Royale, I think, has to do the same thing. It has to play like a Battlefield game. Satisfying the Battlefield player will bring the success to this mode. That would allow it to stand on its own, regardless which form of BR it's going to mimic. Because if it attempts to try to be that fifth pillar, unless they do something crazy, which to me might come at the cost of the Battlefield identity, there really is no way for this game mode to find success. Just like the multiplayer aspect. People like to play Battlefield because they enjoy that experience. People play Call of Duty because they enjoy that experience. Most people probably play both interchangeably, while some, yes, may prefer one or the other, but coexistence happens because they are unique enough that they can be. If Call of Duty was able to redeem itself in that regard in creating a good battle royale, I'm hopeful that Battlefield can too. However, I remain completely skeptical as I don't see a Battlefield Battle Royale breaking any new ground. Its existence really should only focus on satisfying and creating something cool for the Battlefield player. But you guys let me know. Am I wrong?